Yeah. There we go. Okay. What is happening, people? What's happening? Good evening, wherever you are, or good morning, depending on where you are. What's happening? Welcome back, guys, to another great week of Twisted Transitions. I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm already having issues with, I don't know what's going on with my eye. It just feels like something is in my eye. Sometimes when I blink, it just feels like something's like blanketed over it real quick. It's weird, but then it goes away. So hopefully it stays that way because I don't want to have to deal with that. But we got another great week, another great show, another great week of some great topics and stuff to talk to you guys about. Some topics that probably will rub some people in the wrong way. Basically, it may not be the question that rubs you the wrong way, but it may be more along the lines of what I say after that. And I'm in the mood to talk and stuff tonight. So, if you're here, welcome. If you're going to join us, get ready. That's what the chat and stuff is for. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. You guys are already in here. What is happening? What's happening? What's happening? Everybody coming through. Conrad Hayes came in first. DJ J Torture. DJ Lazy Kid. DJ G5, DJ Magic Mike, DJ G Kenny, DJ Romeo Great. What's happening? What's happening? So I've already got the thumbs up that I sound pretty good. So I'm able to kind of dive in. Now, guys, let me just tell you that I'm not wiping my eyes because I'm crying, I'm sleepy, or anything like that. Again, I'm having an issue right here with my eye. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, I am enjoying the fact that I don't have two events, the Friday and the Saturday, or the Saturday and the Sunday. I'm enjoying that. It gives me an extra day to just be overly prepared. And one thing that is my pet peeve is preparation. I've had a lot of time this week to just prepare for things that are upcoming. I was able to shoot a video for the new ceremony setup that hopefully I'll be able to take out this Saturday. I'm hoping I'll be able to use it this Saturday. I'll have, pictures and stuff of it for next week. I had a disaster with a piece of equipment and stuff this past Saturday. We're going to talk about that. And can you guys guess what the disaster piece and stuff was? Let me know in the chat if you think you know what it is, because it might not be what you think it is. I've also got an update on the laptop versus the controllers and the mixers. I've got an update on that. I just got a lot. There's a lot that's going to be said and stuff on here, so that's good. DJ G Kenny, you said, Jay, my boy, what that thing do? I don't know what you mean there, bro. So let me wet the whistle, and then let's get talking. Welcome, everybody. Okay, here we go. So, let's talk about the laptop versus the controller and mixer first. Okay, so I think, fingers crossed, knock on wood, I think I have narrowed down the issue, and something that Cleveland Terry said today on his show kind of led me to believe that I'm doing the right thing. He said on his show that different mixers, different controllers require different latencies and buffers. Okay. Now I know that was one of the things. If that was one of the things you told me to do, trust me, I was doing it. I just didn't wait until Cleveland Terry said it. He was just reassuring me that maybe that was the cause of my issue. So I found two things that probably were the cause of my issue. The first one was the latency and the buffer. So when I changed it, I no longer had like the little skips and stuff like that. I did 3 gigs in a row, and all 3 of them had 0 skips. It was almost like the problem was solved. Another thing that I made sure I did is I didn't recognize, but there is 2 different types of USB cables that I have. I have one that for some reason when it goes in the side of my laptop, it's a little loose. And when I was testing out the big setup, I noticed that whenever you wiggle that loose USB on the side, it was causing the contact to be kind of shaky and stuff would stop. Like one turntable would stop or the music would stop and things like that. And those were off of brand new USB cables that I had bought. I bought one for the Rev 7 and one for the S11. And both of them ended up being the little wiggly, USB connection that goes into the laptop. So I went back to the connection that I use in the SRT. That was a tight fit. And then there was another one I had that worked well. So I got that one plugged into the Rev 7 and I got another one that's plugged into the S11. And so I did a test and stuff this week again. Rev 7, perfect. And it has no wiggle room on it. The S11, perfect. No wiggle room. So I think that the problem is solved, guys. I think. I'm knocking on wood because this past weekend when I did my function, it felt like I had the SRT out there where I just had no worries and I could do anything I want because I wasn't getting an issue. So I was able to DJ like I wanted to, really use the Rev 7 to my advantage and do some of the stuff that I've been wanting to do on this guy. So I think that it was that. Now, as far as the latency and the buffer, I forget what the levels and stuff are, but mine was dead center. It was, it was kind of like that for like a default. And I just moved it over 1 peg to the left. If you're looking at the screen, I moved it 1 peg to the left. I think that's either 5 or 2, or it's right before the last one. So, I just moved it over 1 peg. Computer does great. The, mixer and everything did great. And like I said, I've done 3 gigs on it and it's just been great. So, please be fixed. Please be fixed. Because I'm going into this wedding with the Rev 7 and I really want to be able to utilize it and utilize that one and the other one and then use the SRT, for now until I can sell it. I'll probably just use the SRT to do my mixes on Mixcloud since I don't have a home controller and stuff now. I'll probably set it up in the other room and do things on my Mixcloud. So that's the update with that. Let's get into the functions. So had one function, one wedding. And, it was just a basic setup. I took out the basic setup and stuff this time because I hadn't been in this venue. I saw pictures and stuff and it looked like I just needed a small setup, just something easy to throw up and just have set up. And this is what I came up with. Very basic, very easy. I had, very minimal things. And what's crazy is that you guys cannot tell it from this picture because I did such a great job. But I hid all of my bags, cases, and everything are all behind this setup. You can't even tell in the stuff from looking in the front. And basically all the tables and stuff was in the front. But once again, we had an outdoor event, which I'm still skeptical on why we're still doing some outdoor events. Now, don't get me wrong. This coming up weekend is kind of an indoor-outdoor thing. Like she's having the ceremony outside. She's having the cocktail hour outside, and then we're going inside, and it's a venue that you guys are familiar with. It's a very good venue. So I am pumped about that, ready to do that. But this one actually turned out to be better than I thought. Here's the outside and stuff here. You guys can see where they got married and everything at. This one turned out to be better than I thought. It was, she only had about 70 people, maybe even 60. We might have to go down a little bit, but maybe even just 60 people, man. But it was an intimate, but a great participation gig. Like for 60 people, I expected it to be, maybe dance here, maybe dance there, up and down. I was going to try my best no matter what, but I just felt like I wasn't going to get the participation that you guys or myself am accustomed to because of the minimum amount of people. And you could see it here. Plus the age group and stuff here, you can see it's a little bit older. These guys were not a little bit older, but I guess, friends and family were a little bit older. So I was a little worried there and stuff too. So I did stay in my oldies bag a little longer than I normally do, but she wanted 2000s pop with this. And I just made it exactly what she wanted to. It was a little weird, and stuff doing it because like, I don't know. It was like she had cocktail hour on the grass to the side. She had ceremony up front, cocktail hour to the side. And then I was center mass. And then the cake was right in front of me. And then the tables were like super spread out. Like there was no tables right in front of me or anything like that. Everything was just like out to the sides. And I don't know, it just kind of felt weird. And then I got the signal that I knew it was going to be a decent night. The groom's sisters, both of them came up to me and said, okay, we're going to be your dance coordinators and stuff tonight. We're the people who are going to be dancing and stuff all night. Now, those are the people who never stay out there all night, the people who say that. But in this instance, they actually did. They actually stayed out there and they kept people out there and brought people out there. So kudos to her. Now, let me tell you about this hiccup and stuff that I had. Did you guys guess it? Let's see in the chat. Did you guys guess it? My laptop. No, it wasn't the laptop. The Rev 7 or the furniture. No, it wasn't Rev 7 or the furniture. And let's see. Nobody else said anything. All right. The last thing that I did that happened was this. So I took out the shed's lights. The ones that I advertised on here, the company that has been hitting me up and sent me these lights. And guys, I really literally don't even have any words. So I'm sitting there playing, and I hope I caught it on film because I would love to bring it to their attention. But I'm sitting there playing, and all of a sudden I hear this weird noise to the left side of me where the light is. And it's like a I was like, what is that noise? I look up, and this is what the light looks like. Still moving, but it looks like this. It's open, broken, everything. I tried to put it back on because I thought it was like maybe like a little twist thing. No, there are probably about 4 or 5 ports on the back of this that have screws. Like I don't think I left one on the box. No, I didn't. They have screws on them, and every single one of those screws were gone. Every single one. Like, it's almost like somebody just literally reached their hand on the back of it and was just like, just ripped it out. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. Could you imagine being at an event and your light this is how your light craps out? Like, the other one was fine. The other one's great. I mean, you can see it right next to it. The other one's great, but this light right here, man, it just took a turn for the worse, and it still was working. I mean, I probably could tape it back if I wanted to, but I'm not taking that out to some event. I mean, look at this thing. I'm so mad at Shed right now. Whew. Got to get some well-made stuff. So I took them out of the case and put my NO spots back in there. And I am going to stay with my focus spots and my NO spots. Those are the two. I actually like this wash light, though. If I had to recommend these lights, I would recommend them, but maybe from a different company. because these lights actually did a great job. I love the wash moving now. I get it and I understand it, and I think that I'm a fan of it. I just may have to go with another company when I try to get them, because this is unacceptable. This right here cannot happen. I can't put out a great product and my light be broken like that. That's not gonna work. So I may be looking into both. I may have to buy one moving head from both. I'm curious on whether one moving head from or one wash moving head from both and a shed light, putting them up, because it looks like the exact same thing. I told you, look, they're manufactured in China, and then the labels come in and just slap their names and stuff on it. I bet you if I got a both one, it would look just like this. So I probably am going to just order a both and sit this one off to the side, use the other one, and just go from there. So I've got a link and everything down below if you guys want to check out both for any of the lighting, but I think I'm going to get one wash mover from them and maybe resurrect this setup and stuff, because it was easy to use, easy to set up, easy to plug and play, easy to program. It did everything I wanted it to do. It was responsive and all that stuff. It was just poorly made. It was just poorly made. That was it. So definitely keep your eyes and stuff out for the wash movers. All right, let me stop giving them praise, man. All right, you guys with me? Make sure you hit that thumbs up. I know they keep telling me I need to push the thumbs up. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up if you enjoy all the content. If you're feeling what I'm saying, or if you're just happy to be here, hit the like button. It just moves the video along. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. Let's get into some topics and stuff tonight. All right, got some good ones for you here, so let's chop it up. All right, let's talk about this. For the life of me, I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't understand why it is so hard for people. You know, I put DJs and stuff on here, but it's people in general. You know, a lot of people who are stuck in the classic or old school ways of doing certain stuff hate change. They hate to move forward. They hate to do anything that is going to revolutionize their company, their business, or make them stand out. I'll give you a for instance. So it's like we have like 3 or 4 businesses as far as like companies that are DJs that have multiple DJs and stuff here. And I recently just kind of went to their websites and stuff. Now, I had looked at their websites probably since like 2019. I think was the last time I looked at it. But like, it's been 4 years. I figured, oh, it's updated. Maybe they have something on there that's different. Maybe they have something that's a little cool and stuff on there. So I took 4 of the top DJ companies and stuff in the area, and I went to their websites and I looked at them. Guys, it was the exact same as it was 4 years ago. I mean, like, even though I know these companies have new people, more people gone, people, you know, new, they do new stuff. None of that stuff has been updated, added, or anything to the website. None of it. Now, myself, I try to every 1 to maybe the 2 years, probably the longest I'll let it go. I try to kind of refresh my stuff. I try to get different images. I try to get different things for my website to make it look different. I mean, I love the video and everything that I have at the beginning, but I'll probably be recycling that and stuff soon as well. But we've got to change with the times. There's so much other stuff. I mean, especially with short form content and stuff now, you can do a lot of stuff in 30 seconds. You can capture somebody's attention in 30 seconds. I think that my next video that's going to be for my website is probably going to be about 20 to 30 seconds long. It's going to say everything you need to see. You're going to see fast parties, fast things, fast stuff happening, and then boom, drop. Let's start now. Something like that. Like that's the idea and stuff I have. QR codes. I was pitching QR codes back in probably 2018, maybe even 17, just saying that it's a faster way for somebody to fill out a form, to go where you need them to go, to do a whole bunch of stuff. And people looked at me like I was absolutely crazy, especially these other companies. Like they looked at me like I was absolutely crazy. I guess they figured, hey, we've been doing it like this. It works like this. Why change it? And I'm just like, if you don't have a way for somebody to be creative and stuff out there when you're DJing, cards and stuff are a thing of the past. Like you can hand out a card, but there's so much technology and stuff now. I get people all the time who come up to my laptop and scan my QR code. You can do so much stuff with it. You can put a tip on there. You can put booking. You can put a YouTube video. You can put your social media handles. You can put all that stuff on one thing. But on a card, you have to keep up with that. But the phone, they've got right there in the hand. They've got right there in the hand. The point that I'm trying to get to when I'm giving these examples is that as times are changing, and AI is coming in, which AI just totally to me sounds like a freaking robot right now, but I'm sure they're going to improve it. I mean, if you think about, I'm not going to say it because I'm sure you guys have one that's in your living room, but that A person who's sitting down there, or the G person that's just sitting down there, you say their name, they're always listening. You were able to switch your doorbell and stuff now to where you can actually see who's at the door. Like nobody is just sticking with the classic way. Even my mom has asked me about Ring doorbell. And she is probably one of the least technically sound people ever. Like times are changing. Your phone is everything. You can use your phone to unlock doors and stuff now. You can use your phone to connect with people who don't live even close to you. It used to just be for long distance calling. Now you can connect with people who are in other countries, other states, anywhere. Like you've got to evolve and stuff with the times. As this equipment and stuff changes, you don't have to buy it, but just educate yourself on it. That's what I do. I'm not going to buy every piece of equipment and stuff that comes out. I'm just not going to. I just think that you should know the technology. You should know it. The reason you should know it is because you got to know that if you have a market for it, you know what you need to go get that. If you don't educate yourself on it, you just say, oh, you know what? I'll just let them handle it. Then you don't even know if you have a market or a need for it. You have no idea. I saw something funny and stuff the other day on my Google report, where it kind of gives you a little report if you put your business and stuff on Google. The report said that the top 3 things that people were searching in my area that brought them to me was DJ near me, entertainment, and then the last one was cheap DJs near me. Now, I don't know why I came up on that last one. I don't know why I came up on that last one, but it was interesting to see that I was pushed by Google when it came to cheap DJs near me. And I don't use that as a hashtag anywhere. I don't, but it just said cheap DJs near me. I think it was more along the lines of maybe DJs, and that's what it picked up on, but that they said cheap DJs. But like getting stuff to be on Google, I can't tell you guys how many times I use Google to do research for stuff and people's YouTube videos pop up. That's another reason why I do a lot of these things that we're doing this stuff now, where I've got individual content and stuff about certain stuff, is because that stuff eventually moves on to other platforms and people look at it and it's just knowledge. It's just flat out knowledge. So don't be stubborn to change. Do not be stubborn to change. Look, change is a good thing. Evolution is a good thing. Now, everything evolving may not always be a great thing, but for the most part, if it enhances your life, if it makes things a little bit easier for you, whereas before it was like Mission Impossible and you didn't want to do it, just at least explore it and do your research and stuff on it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. And as DJs, I feel like we just need to educate ourselves on this technology that's coming out, on these speakers, these microphones, these lights, all these different avenues that you can take. Don't just be a DJ, be a business. Offer multiple things. Offer things that you see at your events on numerous occasions. If you keep seeing cafe lights, then start offering cafe lights. It's real simple. The only reason that I took cafe lights off of my offer sheet is because I stopped seeing them. I stopped seeing venues. I stopped seeing people ask for that and venues getting them hardwired in. So there was no need for that anymore. So that's why I took that off of there. But I was willing to change and move with the times. I don't offer dancing on the cloud. It's not a big thing here. It's just not. But my guy, DJ Mike, he has a guy who offers that. I don't quite put it on my available services, but if somebody offers it, I'm not going to turn them down and say, hey, I don't offer that, so we don't get that. No, I'm going to see if we can get that. Because if I can make it a thing, you can do nothing but profit off of it. Remember when we talked about getting dance floors? How about the dance floors and stuff that you're able to get, that you could put down? I saw it again this past weekend. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, there's gotta be a way that we can stay relevant. You definitely want to stay relevant. Go back and look at your social media pages and see if you would hire you. That's it. See if you would hire you. If you would hire you based on that, and don't be biased because you've seen other people's stuff. If you would hire you, then keep going the way you're going. But if you look at yours and be like, I don't know, if this was anybody else and my name wasn't on it, I don't know if I would hire me or hire that person. Then you might want to make some changes. That's all I'm saying. Let me know in the comments and everything what you guys think. If you agree, if you don't agree, hell, I know you're going to put that you don't agree because I get comments every day. But I do answer them. I do answer them, and I do come back to you guys about them. All right, how we doing so far? That was topic one. I had to let it out, man. I had to let it out. I see too much of this. Raymond Watkins, preach. Just Jeff, what's happening? What's happening? DJ, wait a minute. Is that DJ Gojabin? Appreciate you. It's a lot of work and editing. I give it up to those who do it. So much content, but nobody edit but me. Yeah. I've been editing for my channel. I'm the only one to edit. So everything you guys see, I literally have sat at either this desk or the desk that's right over here to my left for hours on hours. And I think I have like 444 videos and stuff that's on my channel. And I've edited every single one of them. It is a lot of work that goes into throwing you a 17-minute video or a 10-minute video or an 8. Like an 8-minute video probably took me about 2 to 3 hours to make. And I'm just trying to condense it down so that, people will watch it and it's not too long. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's another thing. I'm trying to change with those times. Before, when I first started, it was like gig logs and stuff were so huge. Nobody wanted to hear you talk. They just wanted to hear you play. And then people started wanting to know knowledge because in the gig logs, you weren't given enough information. So now you start to get these podcasts where people talk and give all this valuable information. So I had to change with the times. Did I think that I was going to have a podcast? Hell no. Not even close. I never thought about a podcast until a buddy of mine told me that that's another avenue that you can just reach a new audience, people who don't really get to see what you're putting out on YouTube. And I thought about it, and I thought it was just a great way to add, participation and have people come in and we chop it up and stuff. And if you just do it consistently, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing right now. So hopefully you guys are with me. Raymond Watkins, you said, where did you go for your QR code? Have you guys been on Instagram and you get that little, you get one of those little ads for it's called sticker something. Why can't I think about them? Hold on, let me see. Raymond, I'm going to try to answer that question, man, because, I like to give valuable information if I can. Oh, it's just a sticker app. Okay, so, yeah, it's a sticker app. So you just go to them. I think you can upload anything you want them to make a sticker out of. I think you just have to get the minimum, which is, I think it's like either 30 or 40 stickers. And it's for like 15 or 20 bucks, something like that. It comes from overseas, if I'm not mistaken, because I had to wait for just a little bit of time. But it's a sticker app. I think it's .com, if I'm not mistaken. But you can, like I said, send them a picture of you. They can put stickers of you. They can put stickers of whatever you want to. You can upload or you can purchase what they already have and do that. So I just got stickers with my QR code probably about that big. And I just covered up the HP and I put it on all my equipment and stuff like that. I'm going to send them the logo and everything too, and probably have them make that and stuff too. But just another cool way, another cool avenue. All right. So let's dive back in here. We got topic number 2. Hold on here. Let's see. Get my notes up. Oh, yeah. This one right here is a good one. Because I know you guys can vibe with me on this one. I know I'm not the only one to go through this. Okay. So let's talk about this. So have you ever walked into a venue, seen the people that are there, and thought to yourself, oh, hell, this is going to be terrible? Or you go in there and people are wild. You're like, oh, I know what kind of night it's going to be. And then it just be the complete opposite. Well, that's what happened to me this past weekend. And it's been happening to me kind of recently. I thought I knew these crowds. I did. I thought I knew the crowd. I can pick out a fire crowd. I can pick out these crowds that's just going to entertain. And I can still do it pretty well. But sometimes I'm a little blown away. Okay. So the video, the gig log that just came out and stuff this week, I mean, it had a lot of people. So, you figure that you're going to have at least 75 to 100 people because she had close to 300 guests. The video you'll see coming up on Monday, it was more like 170, 150, 160, somewhere around that. And it was a lot of participation. But like this past Saturday, when I said I only had 75 or 60 people and stuff like that, like in my mind, I had the expectation of they may dance a little bit, but we're not, we're probably not going to be here the whole time. And I even told the other vendors and stuff, they were like, you think you can get them dancing and stuff tonight? I was like, I hope so. I'm going to kind of cater more to the older crowd and just see what that does. And then throw in her 2000s pop and just see what that does. And we could see if we can make a night out of it. And they stayed, everybody, right? I think I only may have had maybe 2 to 3 couples leave, but everybody pretty much stayed. Like when she did her send off and everything, she pretty much had everybody that attended the wedding to do her send off. And that is an achievement based on what I thought was going to happen. But I think that when we see these crowds, I think going into it, we have to change our mentality going into it. I think when we see certain age groups and stuff that are dominating that, we need to be looking to see if there are other age groups that can help us out. Good example. This was, she had an older crowd. So cater the music more to older people for a little bit longer. Like on average, I usually cater my music for older for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I don't know why that's become a thing like that. And I probably need to do it for a little bit longer, maybe even a solid hour. But usually about 30 to 45, the first 30 to 45 minutes, I'll give the older crowd that. But sometimes you could just kind of see the antsiness in the 35 and below. And they're just kind of like, all right, where's the stuff? And then you start getting questions like, this is great, but where's the stuff? And, you just kind of tell them, just be patient. I'm trying to get out of this whole cycle where I feel like I only can hit certain people. So what I've started incorporating that has been working, and I would like to just pass this on. And some of you guys may already be doing this. And if you are, kudos to you. You're ahead of the game. But this is what I'm talking about when I say about change and stuff. Once I learn it, I want to make a change. When I was taught how to do weddings, I was taught you hit old, then you bring them up to current. And that has been the philosophy that I have kept pretty much my entire DJ career. It wasn't until recently when I started incorporating old and new in the beginning. It wasn't until recently. I'll probably say within the last year and a half, I've been testing it. And when I say old new, I mean like a get low in the first set. Now, in some areas, that's a no-no. In some areas, it's an absolute no-no. But sometimes people kind of get that. If you can jump back and forth and make it sound great, if you've got Dancing Queen over Get Low's beat, you are tackling two people, two groups at the same time. If you can tackle, Staying Alive with It Wasn't Me and let that drop together. I mean, like you can marry it in that way. You don't have to play the full song and stuff of it, but you can marry it in that way. You can make the younger crowd happy and the older crowd happy. Like I was a little worried with some of the versions of songs I had for the older crowd, because one thing I don't like to do is play original versions of songs. Like I will play them, I have them, but I don't like to play them because it's like, ma'am, how many times have you heard Ain't No Mountain High Enough? Like, come on, ma'am. Like, but wouldn't you rather hear it if I could mix it up? Like, what if you could hear Ain't No Mountain High Enough, but you heard Boogie Shoes behind it? Wouldn't that give you a fresh take on it? Isn't that something you've never heard before? Like, I'm just trying to give a fresh spin and stuff on it to make it to where people are engaged. That's one of the things I saw from this past Saturday. A lot of my older crowd was more engaged with the younger crowd because I was mixing old and new. And I was just jumping back and forth. And it was giving them a sense of, okay. Like, okay, that was nice right there. Like people are actually listening to your transitions to hear what's going to happen and stuff next. That's why I say when you build these expectations about people, you almost got to make them come along with you. It's almost like you got to force their hand, especially if they're willing to get up and dance. You just got to keep them up there. So you just got to be creative in how you keep them up there. You can't play whole songs because the older crowd doesn't like to dance for more than 3 songs at a time, maybe even only 2 songs at a time. But if you can be creative and keep them out there for 2 songs and then get the younger crowd to come out there while they're out there, it encourages them to keep dancing if they still are in tune with what you're doing. I know that sounds crazy or that may be all over the place, but that's how my mind works. That's how my brain was thinking when I was mixing the music and everything. I was just trying some stuff out, some stuff that I would hope that works. And especially with 2000s pop. I hadn't played 2000s pop in quite some time. And to bring some of that stuff back and mix some stuff over, like it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I've got some stuff that I'm encouraged to show you guys so you could see, utilize it to the best of your ability. You do whatever you would like with it. But it was great to do something different. So I encourage you to just change your mindset and stuff a little bit, walking in to some of these venues, seeing crowds, because, you know, couples will always tell you, yeah, I've got a dancing crowd. And then you go out there and it is a straight dud. Or the couples tell you, oh man, you know, my friends are very conservative. Then they get out there and they're just wild and crazy, shirts off, swinging it in the air like crazy. Like you got to take your own expectation and know that you have the ability to control the room and just take control and stuff of it. Because like I said, nobody remembers anything but the reception. Yeah, the pictures were beautiful, but they're not reminded of the pictures until they're reposted on social media. But one thing you do remember is what kind of time you had at the party. Leave me a comment and stuff down below if you agree. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I'm not just rambling on and stuff here. I'm just trying to give you some stuff as it comes to me. All right, you guys still with me? How many we got here? We got 30 people in here. That's fantastic. All right. So we got one last topic and stuff here. Now, for some reason on my IG, I have been getting this question asked. I've been getting this question asked so much on my IG. I don't know if it's because they've seen a video and stuff of mine, or they just like the way I mix and stuff like that. So, first of all, do you guys practice and stuff every day or during the course of the week? And then how many days do you practice? Here's my philosophy on practicing, you know, as much as you can. If not, I mean, if you can every day, that would be great. But a lot of us have lives or have jobs and stuff to where it doesn't allow you to. But here's what I'll say. If you can get in at least three 1-hour sessions of practice, 3 1-hour sessions of practice, I think that in 6, 7, maybe 8 months of that, I think you can almost have a mastery of certain things when it comes to using your equipment. Now, whether that's you beat matching as practice, whether that's you trying out songs, putting songs together, whether that's you testing, this, that, and the other, whether that's you scratching. There's all different types of DJs. All different types. Everybody's not a scratcher. Everybody can't be Scratch Bastard, DJ Scratch, Jazzy Jeff, Lord Finesse. Everybody's not that. Some people are just great at what they're great at. If there's something that you've been wanting to learn, if you're wanting to learn quick mixing and how to get in and out of a song, or if you want to put cue points and stuff, all that stuff is a part of scratching. Is a part of practice. When you find certain points, or you're setting up your auto loops and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys use that, but I use auto loops and stuff a lot, where you trigger a loop on a song. You can't do that without going in and listening to the song and getting a certain point, especially if you're going to do a beat match on that, or if you're going to scratch into something else to do a mashup and stuff on that. You need at least an hour. Like, I think when I was testing out my larger setup, the furniture setup. Like, I tested out for the first 30 minutes and I just felt unfulfilled, because I was trying to do stuff. I was trying to be, comfortable and stuff with it. And, it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. And the Rev 7 is a learning curve. But I'm definitely better today than I was when I first got them. Both of them. My scratching ability has increased and stuff on them. My beat matching ability has increased on both of them. I'm learning the board and learning the mixer and what its capabilities are based on these practice sessions. And literally, I would just take my photo booth table, which is just a rinky-dink Walmart $10 table, and I will set it up. And when I'm, on Sunday, when after I've watched football and I've taken all the equipment and everything out, I just have it. I'll have my mixer sat right beside the door. And on Monday, when I have my first opportunity to just take an hour that I'm not doing anything, it could be first thing in the morning if you want to. You could throw on some headphones and do mixes in your ear. You could take a small monitor speaker and just turn it down low, whatever you got to do. But I know everybody has an hour in a day. Everybody does. But not necessarily every single day because life does happen. I do understand that. But at least 3 times a week, I feel like everybody should have at least an hour to be able to jump in and perfect their craft. I just think you do. I didn't get to where I'm at and stuff now by just going to gigs and just doing them. I had to learn that stuff. I had to have an ear and stuff for that stuff. I had to watch certain stuff. I had to look at tutorials. I had to look at how to understand how to do certain stuff. So my suggestion and stuff to all DJs, because every DJ who is great takes time to practice. And that's another reason that I really love Twitch. I think Twitch is just a great place to practice. Yeah. Look, if you don't have people looking at you, that's even better. But on Twitch, you can put up a video version of yourself and you can go back and look at it. You can actually go back and look at it. And if you get people in the room, they'll kind of give you a little critique. And who's the biggest critiquers and stuff? The people who will judge you the most is your fellow DJs. So if you could please them, just think of what you could do with a crowd. I'm not saying that that's the standard, but that should be like a goal. I always think that perfecting your craft is respecting your craft. If this is what you want to do and you want to be full-time, you've got to be great to be full-time. There's no ifs, ands about it. You cannot be a mediocre DJ. Let me say that again. You cannot be a mediocre DJ and go full-time. You can't. You can't. Because you won't get recommended. You won't have word of mouth. You may get a few gigs and stuff here and there, but you will not, I repeat, you will not be able to be a full-time DJ. So if this is just something you just kind of do on the side, then no, don't practice. You will just be a mediocre DJ, which is fine if that's what it is for you. But me, I have a passion for this. I was always looking for my outlet to be able to push music onto somebody else, and DJing is that option. DJing is that option. So I have a passion for this, and I try to strive to do absolutely fantastic. This profession has opened so many doors that I would have never walked through. And it's all because you go back to the basics and you learned it. You're still perfecting it because you can never fully perfect DJ. You can't. You can be great at it, but you can never fully perfect it. You can't. It doesn't have the option to. There's too many new things that come out. There's too many new things to learn. But it has still opened so many doors. I've walked through so many different doors that I would never, ever be able to walk through if it wasn't for me being able to hone in my craft. I mean, we have I'll give you just a small sample. We have a company here that one of a prestige company that hosts parties and stuff, and it's full of the who's who in this town, in this city. Okay, and they've got their own club at the top of one of the tallest buildings and stuff here. That same club reaches out to me just to ask whether or not I can do like their New Year's Eve party or a Christmas party and stuff for them. Now, I haven't been up there in God knows how long. I haven't been up there in quite some time. But somehow they found out that I was able to perform and stuff well enough for them to acknowledge that and want me to be able to do their largest event of the year. And that's with no advertising. I didn't go up there and leave a card or anything like that. They reached out to me. You have got to perfect your craft if that's what you want to do and that's where you want to go. If you want to go further as a DJ, if you want to play at festivals, if you want to play at clubs, if you want to be the opener for, because that's what I want to be. I'm waiting for that call from my downtown venue that says, hey, you want to play some music and be the opener for blah, 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 blah. I say, hell yes. That's what I've been waiting for. That's all I want. You can't get that being mediocre, though. You can't. You just can't. Leave me a comment and stuff down below if you agree. These are just my thoughts. These are just my opinions. And that's why I give them. That's why I give them. All right. Well, that's the show and stuff as far as stuff that I had to tell you. Now I turn it over to you guys and give you guys the opportunity to ask questions. And I'll try to answer them the best of my ability. Like I said, I'm kind of in a talkative mood and stuff tonight, if you couldn't tell. So tonight might be the best night to ask me some stuff. I might be able to talk a little bit to you here. All right. What we got here in the chat? Let's look at some of these. I try every day but life. I told myself to do at least 15 minutes. Definitely got to stay up on game. Yep. Facts. New person's advice. I would say open your DJ software and build your crates in different scenarios. I get it. I practice as much as I can, but when new music or new to me music, I find definitely practice and test different scenarios. Absolutely. I try to do 30 minutes Monday through Friday and Saturday mornings till noon. More if I got nothing to do and possibly a Sunday if I'm home and not doing something. Agreed. Amen. Went to a wedding last weekend. DJ was absolutely trash. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Somebody asked me when I put that last video out from that last topic last week. I said, who would be your DJ? One of the guys replied to me and said, he said, I don't know if I could have a DJ other than me, because I'm real bad at going to an event and critiquing the DJ. And you know what? I thought about that. And whenever I go someplace and there's a DJ play, I'm not gonna lie. I am guilty of this. I am listening to how they play, and I'm just like, okay, ooh. And nobody else hears that other than a DJ. Nobody hears that. Nobody hears a mess up more than a damn DJ. Nobody. And so if you're trash like that in my opinion has in my head has made you trash, when really I should just be like, okay, maybe he'll recover. Ooh, oh, no, he didn't recover. Nope, that's not it either. You know what I'm saying? Or it could just sound absolutely great. But wedding DJs versus club DJ, like you rarely hear a club DJ mess up. But like if you have like an event DJ, like it's just regular ordinary people and stuff there, like it's not a club like environment, it's like a wedding or something like that, yeah, you are listening, you're just waiting for them to mess up, like, yeah, let me hear you. See, they should have hired me. I would slaughter them. It's crazy how we do that, and every DJ does it. It's nuts. Book, I agree with you on all different levels. You have to get it and every opportunity to grow your craft. Between me working and all kinds of other things, I've got to get it when I can. Absolutely, you definitely got to get it when you can. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving you the rule book here. I'm just saying that if that's what you want to do, your passion has to take priority at some point. It has to have some type of priority. I mean, that's like you saying you want to be a professional basketball player, but you got to work 9 to 5 during the week. Well, some got to give. I mean, some got to give. You know, if they told you, hey, it's either you come here and play for us or work this 9 to 5, like you got a choice. You're gonna have to prioritize what you want. It just happens like that. Terry Carter, appreciate that, man. You know, his DJs are always listening to Transitionz, how to crowd control. We all are. However, we are not perfect. That is right. Jay was trying to be positive for the DJ, but man, after 4 hours, I was through. I told everybody, yeah, you right. He tried. Oh man, and we just chime into, oh yeah, look, especially if you got your boy there or something like that, and you listen, and you're like, oh yeah, he pretty trash. I went to a black art show. I went to a black art show, and they had a local DJ who is I think he's on the radio and stuff here. And I was listening to his music, and he was doing great. He was doing great mixes and stuff like that. And I went to go tell him, that's what's up, and shake his hand. And I went up and I tried to give him a fist bump and stuff like this, like, hey man, you killing it and stuff. And he just kind of looked at me like yeah, like whatever. I was like, okay, you that type of DJ. Okay. I guess he just felt like he was larger than life, man. I tried to give a compliment, tried to give respect. Respect to a DJ that's killing it and stuff out there. Like, okay, cool. Terry Carter, can you talk about your progression of DJ controllers from when you began to now? Okay. So Terry, you didn't see you may have seen, probably about a month or so ago, I showed the DJ M3000 mixer that I started off with. I literally bought it from eBay. It had like 4 or 5, it had four channels and stuff on it, a crossfade and stuff like that, but I had no controller or anything like that. So it was just pretty much just EQing the music, and I was using the laptop to change the songs when I first started. Okay. I had never ever played, scratched, or anything like that on a record. Never. Except for at my grandmother's house when I was a kid. Okay. From there, I jumped up to a DJ SX2. And that was new because that was the first time that I actually touched the jog wheels. That was the first time I'd ever used that. But still, I was more of a push button because I wasn't accustomed to it. And at that time, I wasn't taking it as serious as I do now because I still had a job. I was just trying to, make sure I make money. I was making a little bit of money, so doing that. From there, used that one all the way up until 2019. And I remember at the DJ Expo, I went and I saw the 1000 SRT. And I was like, this is the controller that's going to take me next level right here. The jog wheels are big enough for my hands because my hands are huge. So the SX2, when the jog wheel is like this big right here, you're trying to take my hand and stuff. Oh, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's real tough. So I did the 1000 SRT, and it has been an absolute pleasure to use that. That has been by far the best controller I have ever used. And then came my want to be able to learn how to scratch and be a turntable DJ, to do more with my passion. So I bought the Rain 12s, MK2s, and the S11 mixer. And it sat in this room. I don't know. I mean, if you guys have been following me, you know that this backdrop is the backdrop for the ending of my videos. And it used to be a table in here. And it sat on there. And that's where I practice and stuff. That's where I did my Mixcloud mixes and stuff from. Everything was done from there. And to my right here, like you guys can't see it. It probably looks like to your left on your screen, but to my right on here, I would have DJ Angelo up there. I would have Jazzy Jeff up there. I would have a couple of other people who gave tutorials on YouTube, and Liftoff was another one that was up there, DJ Liftoff. And I would just sit there and I would just try to perfect it, try to keep, I was just sitting here. Just some days I would have especially during the pandemic. Oh man, I was over there just working it, when everything lifted and everything, from then I was like, that stuff kind of moved really fast and stuff. Then I had started the business. Weddings were coming through. They were fast and furious. It was slowing down my time to practice, but I was still able to get in about 2 to 3 hours a week of practicing. And I just spread that out as much as I could. And then the Rev 7 dropped. And I thought it was time to move forward and just have my goal then was to have all moving tables to be able to use. And if I was going to have a controller, it had to have moving jog wheels. So that would keep me honest and make me still practice and not be lazy and not just, push button or scratch every so often. Because I can get real lazy on the 1000 because I really perfected it and knew what I was doing with it. So this is just a new way to make me stay interested and try something different. So, that was my journey. That's where I'm at and stuff right now. And that's how far I came. Let's see. Raymond Watkins, Chris Brown drops tonight at midnight. He bringing a day. Oh, okay. I know Young Jeezy dropped. Chris Brown, so maybe next week. Oh, let me speak on next week. So next week, how many I got here? I got 26 here. Let me say this while I got 26 people and stuff in the room. Next week, the show will probably move up a day. It'll probably be on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I actually have a wedding next Thursday. So show will be Wednesday next week. And then after that, I won't do a show for Thanksgiving week because I know you guys will probably be traveling, and we'll be back probably in December. So let me just say that while everybody's in here. Show will be Wednesday next week, 7 p.m. EST. And just for that week only, then we go back to Thursdays once we get in December. But of course, I wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving and all that stuff. All right, back to it. But what you really wanted to say is he was trash without saying it. I'm not saying that. Do you use your Maui 44 G2s for 300 people? Wait a minute. It's a Nick Spinelli no. Okay. So I'm glad you brought this up. I would like to retract a statement that I made on here. And I'm man enough to tell you guys that maybe I didn't think that all the way through. So when I do these proms and do these things like that, and I'm using these 44 G2s, and it sounds absolutely awesome and stuff up by me, and it's not, and I look down over to the speakers, and I'm not peaking the speakers, but it still sounds awesome. The one thing that I did not take into account is what it sounded like in the back of a tall room. Now, there's two venues here that have at least 30-foot ceilings. And I've done proms in both of them. But when I do proms in the museum and stuff like that, it's got low ceilings. It seems like the sound travels further. So, I will say that if you're going to get the 44 G2s, taper your expectations to 175 and below as far as people and coverage. If it's going to be more than that, you're going to need more speakers. Or if your room is huge, and I know my man, if DJ Mike and stuff is still in here, he can attest to this. He was just in a venue recently where his QSC speakers sounded phenomenal, and he had a separate 18-inch sub that was plenty of sound for in there. And I told him that my 44 G2s in there when I first got them just didn't hit like that. I should have known then. Like, they are fantastic column speakers. Do not get me wrong. Fantastic. And for most of the events and stuff that I do, I will use them. But if it comes to larger crowds, if I had to go back and do that gig log or that gig that you guys saw that came out Monday that had the letters and stuff in there, I would have, so I needed to select a different speaker package. I needed to use way more. And that would just have been probably my QSC setup, which is probably enough. If I stacked it like I did for that tailgate party and did it on both sides, I would have more than enough sound. More than enough. So thank you for that, PV. Thank you for that. I came on here and I made sure I said that, okay? I just wanted to make sure. I remember when you switched, that was a big day. Yes, it was. I remember everything, Jay. On day one. That's what's up, DJ Kenny. G Kenny, DJ Fath. Are you running your 12s in DVS mode or HID? I'm actually running them. It's not is it HID? I think it is HID mode, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go down and double check, but it's not DVS. Call him DJ Trainwreck. DJ G Kitty asked Jay, just caught that Wolf mix. Any advice on the setup that you can give tips on? Yes. Watch tutorials. I'm still learning. I made videos and stuff on this thing, and then I go watch tutorials and stuff on it, and I realized that I have not given enough information in my video because I watch tutorials and I'm still learning. It's absolutely crazy. The thing is powerful. It is absolutely powerful. Like, I did something at this last event right here that I learned from a video, and I was like, wow. Like, I think Jason Jana has a video where he shows different presets. I didn't even know how to set up presets and stuff. I say all this to say, watch tutorials. The tutorials that are on YouTube right now, and look at them from people you can understand. If they're English and stuff like that, sometimes it's harder to understand those guys, but there are some very, very good tutorials that go through step by step. And I know it's a pain in the butt, but if you listen and just soak that in, it will be so helpful to you with that Wolf mix, because it is a very powerful device. And I'm only using a fraction of what that thing can do. Trust me. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, man. I went over and stuff a little bit and stuff tonight just because I was ready to chop it up and stuff with you guys. I was excited to get here and stuff tonight. So, make sure that you are, follow me on Instagram to keep up with all things DJ JayBook. We got another show next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. EST, So make sure that you check us out then. Keep enjoying all the content. I'm going to keep dropping it. We got videos coming out next week, and I think I got a couple coming out. I might even drop the ceremony setup the week of Thanksgiving, just to have content that week, because that'd probably be the only content that week. So we will be dropping a lot of content and stuff coming up here. So I hope you guys are enjoying that, and I hope you guys will be back next week. If you got an event and stuff this weekend, make sure you absolutely take some of these things we talked about and stuff tonight and implement them, because you'll see that it'll make things a lot better. It will. So enjoy the week. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button and stuff before you exit. Appreciate you. We out, people. Make sure you live and to strive, not to survive. Peace.